Hey guys, so today I wanted to show you my jailbroken iPhone 6s running iOS 10.2. So I have a Yalu jailbreak on it, and I have several tweaks which are pretty cool. You know, I really customized my device and made it look really interesting and really different and unique. So I just kind of wanted to run through a couple of the tweaks I have, you know, how I use my phone, what I use it for, and how the tweaks like help in day-to-day tasks. So let's get right into it. To begin, I have a theme called Lotus. I use this theme from running the Anemone app. So it has a really clean, simplistic look for your device. This is what it can do for it if everything enables. It gives everything a really clean, simplistic, minimalistic look. It has a large app support, and even the apps like, for example, Jamba Juice or Chipotle or like color effects, like they all blend in really well whether they have support or not. So it's because of the rounded edges and just the overall way the theme implements them into the actual device and theme itself. So after that, I use a couple of tweaks, like for example Noctis. On my home screen I have this really cool dark mode. It works for the widgets and it also works for my control center. So it gives a really nice sort of clean but translucent and dark look to your device. Don't be fooled, by the way. I bought this theme thinking it was a system-wide dark mode, but it turns out that it's only for the notification center and the widgets, both on the lock screen and on the home screen. But it's a little bit disappointing, but it's overall a really nice tweak, and you can also see the folders. You can turn on the feature so the folders can get dark, and it looks really good. After that, if you actually turn the dark mode off, you can see that my device has this tweak called Cheddar, I believe it's called, and it changes the banners of the widget center. So depending on the icon for the widget center, for example, Google Maps is green, weather is blue, streaks workout is orange, news pink. You get it. It's pretty cool actually. It gives a really nice theme to the device. It's free, and it goes along if you're trying to go for a colorful theme on your phone. Next up, I use this tweak called Ting. So basically, if you notice, it gives a really nice like theme to the notification center. So whenever you slide it down, it's always a different color. So like I said, if you're trying to go for a colorful theme with a bunch of different cool, interesting new colors, it's always different. It's very spontaneous, completely random, and I think that's a really cool look for your device. Combined with Cheddar, I think it looks really good. If you notice, I have no background to my dock, and I also have 5 icon dock. This tweak's called Better 5 icon dock, and by the way, all these links will be left in the description down below. So it gives a really nice clean theme. It's not overcrowded by any means, yet it's really nice. I have Cydia in the middle, you know, mail, music, Chrome, phone, everything. The next tweak on my list is Flip Control Center. So you don't even notice it actually, but it provides, I think it's an alternative to a previous iOS 9 jailbreak tweak, but basically it gives you more controls on your control center. They're completely customizable. You can change the order of them, you can get rid of them or different functions, you can add different functions, and it's just overall really nice. And it also works down here on the bottom part here, but the thing is I just don't have any of them enabled. But it's basically the same concept. You can swipe from side to side and you can get different and more features if you want. Another tweak I have is actually called Bloard, and if you notice, whenever you pull down the control center, usually this keyboard's dark anyway, but if you go into another app like Messages, for example, or basically any other app that involves typing and has a keyboard function built in, it makes the keyboard this really nice sort of darkish gray, darkish black, whatever you want to call it, this nice color. But it goes really well with Noctis, and it brings it to the whole system no matter what app you're using. Also on my device, I use a couple of other small tweaks, for example like Sonus, which is this really cool like sort of slider kind of look to the volume adjuster, so it doesn't block your screen like the annoying iOS one does. It's just nice and clean. It works for your ringer, it works for your volume, it works system-wide, and any app you're using, it's really nice. You can customize the colors, the look of it, the animation, everything. It's great. Another tweak I use that involves the status bar is actually called TypeStatus. So this tweak's really cool because when somebody's sending you a text, or if they're typing, or if they've read your text that you've just sent them, it always shows up in the status bar, and you can see basically a live view of what's happening in the Messages app. For example, if you go over here, you can have it send you test alert. For example, like if somebody's typing, it'll look like that. If somebody has read your message, it'll look like that. It's really nice. Another really nice tweak that I have in my phone is called lithium ion. If you look up in the top right corner of the screen in the status bar, it shows the battery percentage, but next to it, it shows a really cool sort of look instead of the battery icon. It replaces the battery icon. It still shows the charger icon. The colors change depending on if you're charging your phone or device, if you're in low power mode, or if you're just using the phone regularly using just its normal battery and nothing else. You can customize it. It has a lot of customizability features. For example, there's different themes for it. Like for example, you can see there's different like dot themes, like Zelda sort of heart looking themes, circles. It's really cool. You can change all the colors for it, no problem. It's a really nice tweak, and I think it goes really well with my device and how I've themed it. Two tweaks on my list are actually pretty small, but again, very useful. So I use Cuttlefish, which is this really cool tweak that basically matches the background of the 3D touch like feature to the app icon itself. So this even works with third-party themes, so it doesn't have to just be stock iOS app icons. If you notice, like my health, which is obviously not normally pink, all pink anyway, it changes that. News, it's sort of like a reddish color. Mail, music, it's really cool, and it gives your device a really nice look. Again, if you're trying to theme or if you're trying to go for a particular look, it works really well. The last tweak on my list is actually called App Admin, and it's this really useful tweak for downgrading apps. So for example, say I don't want the stupid new version of YouTube, I can search YouTube here, I can click on it, and then I can hold down on the download button, which is showing open for me because I already have the app, and I can actually hit downgrade. So what this does is it basically lets you go back in time as far as app updates go. So say I don't want like the annoying bottom bar where you get to manually click on each of the icons, you can't just swipe from page to page anymore. I can actually just hit 11.30.9, and that's the version, that's the newest version of the sliders anyway, and that can get me back the sliders, and basically it works. It makes the app just run an older version of itself, which is still completely legit, and it's actually downloading it from Apple's servers. So all of these versions are still being signed, that's why they're showing up here. Say I want to do this with Snapchat, I can just search Snapchat, and I can go here, and I can hold down here and hit downgrade, and I can actually go all the way back to the first version when the app was actually still called Peekaboo. So that's version 1.0 obviously, and it'll completely change the app. I don't think you can sign anymore, unfortunately, but it's really cool. It's sometimes very useful if you don't want new versions of apps, and it works really well. So guys, that pretty much wraps it up for my tweaks video. All these tweaks are really cool, they're really useful. They provide great feedback from my device. They make it feel faster, such as like sleek and bouncy. It adds a really nice, like all of them add a really nice theme to my device, such as Cuttlefish and my tweaks for the notification center and control center. And also I can like have more functionality as far as the control center goes. For example, like flip control center really helps because I don't have to go into settings for a bunch of stuff. I can add as much stuff as I want. You know, it really helps. It really gives the device a nice feel and look. It's just pretty much all these tweaks give it a really nice, just everything. They work really well. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. All these tweaks will be left down in the description below. A couple need sources, but you should be pretty good. They're typically all free. If not, you can just use like Big Boss repo or Insanely the repo to get free versions of it. Pretty much all of them work with iOS 10 and or are supported for iOS 10. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, drop a sub. Thanks a lot. Bye.